Spartan here from SpartanTrading.com. I want to hit you guys with a quick educational video today. And in this video, I want to talk about when you can tell if the market's going to squeeze or individual name that you're trading is going to squeeze intraday. Some of the key things to look for. I'm going to keep it very short, very simple, because it actually is. Now, typically what you want to look for first is an extended move to the downside. Extension to the downside would look like a price that is pretty far away from all of its moving averages. The further away it is, the more extended it is, most likely. The more likely you're going to see an elasticity event where you're going to see the price pop back or push back towards those EMAs. You also want to see bullish action or buying. It could be buying, it could be short covering, doesn't matter. You want to see upwards price movement when basically the environment is very bearish. There's bearish news behind it. When you would think logically this is a bearish situation, we should continue to sell off, or we should sell off, but we don't. We get these two things together. What you get is, from a technical standpoint, an extension, and you have a situation where there's actually relative strength during a time of negative news or negative PR or whatever. When we start to see a squeeze, typically the volume is going to be pretty high immediately, and then it's going to kind of die down. And that's what we saw at the gate this morning. Now, I was leaning bullish out the gate. I was looking for that bounce back. Wasn't sure how much it was going to occur. And if you guys do follow me on Twitter, I did talk about this. But the market bounced back, started to push back into prior resistance levels. The actual gap fill area I had on the day was around 427.84, something like that. And then it continued to push to the upside. Now, I thought the initial squeeze was over until this afternoon. Basically, what happened was we got a flag break and the market held up. If you're looking for a continued squeeze, what you want to see is, after an upwards price movement in that type of environment or tape, price actually hold, there to be no real sellers in the name, and it actually to hold these price levels. It could be it could be an EMA, it could be a support or whatever, what have you, behind it as well. But what we want to see is consolidation after that initial move. After the initial moves, if new move occurs, if we continue to push up, that's most likely buyers starting to step in. And what you're going to start to get is a rolling short squeeze type of movement, where you have buyers stepping in and you have new shorts getting stopped out and being squeezed out of the position, as well as old shorts are going to be starting to feel max pain or a large amount of pain, and you're going to start to see larger price movements to the upside, almost like big gap ups. But they're not gap ups, obviously, because they're intraday. But you're going to see large candles, I guess, on shorter time frames with price movement to the upside, and that's what we saw. In the afternoon, we saw buying behind it. Clearly, buying caused a squeeze here. Buying behind it caused, we caught a little bit of buying here on the flag, and that we got another squeeze right here after we broke last day's high, the intraday high, where people were covering, buyers were stepping in, and you got that again at the end of the day into the close. So it's pretty simple to look for. You just got to understand the environment you're in. You got to understand the situation. And once you understand these things, you just start looking at the technicals to see what's actually occurring. And one of the big things is with the squeeze, guys, don't fight it. Don't try to pick the top. You probably will be wrong 99.9% of the time. It's very hard to pick tops and bottoms. Just trade the trend. Look at the EMAs. If the EMAs are holding, the trend's holding, continue to hold the position. Doesn't matter if the news is bearish. Don't have a bias when you're trading. Focus on the technicals, especially if you're trading intraday, and you'll keep yourself out of trouble. So a quick little video there. Hopefully it helps, guys. This is what I do when I'm trading the market, or this is what I try to do when I'm looking for squeezes, especially on big cap names, small cap, mid cap, doesn't matter. Same thing can apply. Mid cap a little bit different small cap a little bit different because float sizes come into play, as well as it doesn't always need to be news related. But that's the gist of it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you go to SpartanTrading.com. Otherwise, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good rest of the day.